Although I gotta say, Udi's here, or Odo, we started with him when he was 10. He's only 43 right now, but it's just me, or is he looking a little rough? I mean, admittedly, we're not very far apart in age, and maybe I'm looking a little rougher than I sort of imagine and picture myself. I don't know, but it looks like he's had a bit of time. Maybe it's possible because of the color of hair that we gave him, because to me it looks like it's a little bit graying. I don't think it is. I think it's just the color of hair and the play of the light, I think, is all that's sort of throwing me off a little bit. And they didn't have sunscreen back then. You gotta take care of your skin, man. Or live in a basement all the time like I do. Either way, it works for well. He's been through the wars. Yes, exactly. So there are a few things on my to-do list for today. As teased on Twitter, there's someone we kind of have to murder. So here's the thing. We've known about this for a while. So we are, by the way, the Count of Anjou. We still have a little bit of weird thing where some of our counties, which belong to us, flip to the king. We don't really know why. Now, since then, those counties were then, the king had too much land. He was above his domain limit, so he gave it to some random counts, and then put those counts under my control, because I am a duke. We started as a count, but we are now a duke. And so those lands are more or less back under my control. But, our starter province was Anjou over here, and we don't have control over Anjou. As far as I know, we never lost it in a war or anything. It's just at some point, we're just we don't have Anjou anymore. And then I was really cranky at Count Gilbert here, because he's the one that was given Anjou. And I was mad, and we were going to kill this guy. And now we're kind of best friends, because he turns out he's totally a bro. Count Gilbert of Anjou over here, who is a dwarf, who has stupendous diplomacy, not to mention decent intrigue, which is why it was a hard, we were going to try murdering him at first, and then it turns out it was going to be too difficult, so we didn't. Not only does he have just fantastic diplomacy, he's actually just really been in a bro. He's been in great work for us. We put him in a chancellor position, and he's been crushing it. We got options to become his friend at some point. We're like, you know what? All right, man. And that's the beauty of CK3, right? When you don't play it to map paint, to just become, the most powerful person, blah, 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 blah. When you play it and actually get into the characters, it's kind of interesting. I'm still a little salty that for some reason we don't have control of the county of Anjou, but it's made us a friend. I don't know. How long till conquer air and air? Now that would be... Oh my god, I never thought about it. Air is on this map. It never properly registered to me that air... I mean, obviously, air. I mean, we knew that was going to be there, although it is not... Oh, there's Ayrshire, right over there. And if we click on it, what is it? Oh, Cunningham, right. But I never thought about it. We can do the air-to-air thing in CK3. Because I don't remember, in CK2, did the map cut off... Actually, I guess in CK2, once they did add a little bit more territory, when they added India and stuff, and they expanded Africa, I guess air was around there, too. That is interesting. Why aren't we playing as air? Well, yeah, that's a good... Now I'm like, oh, well, huge mistake was made. Maybe that'll be our next game. We'll pick one of the airs. Probably this one down here, to mix it up a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, so, unexpected things happen. So now we've got this new buddy, and that's great stuff. There are two things I want to take care of fairly quickly. One, we got to talk about Leon, and we've got to talk about, this punk. He's only 11 years old, but, I mean, he looks older than that. I think it's a terrible haircut. He's got to die. We're going to come back to that in just a second, and I'll explain why that is. The other thing I was doing when I was preparing for the stream, before I got distracted and just started playing Crusader Kings 3, and that was therefore late for the stream, I did notice we had a couple of powerful vassals expecting council positions. Now, one of these, Mayor Frederick, is not very impressive. I think, unfortunately for him, he's not going to be able to get a seat on the council, because he's just not very cool. On the other hand, Count Hugo... Hey, Paulus de Groot, thank you very much. Wanted to say this on Monday, but looked like you had enough whiskey and chocolate come in. Been watching your stuff on YouTube for years, but never seen live. Thanks for all the hard work. Thank you very much, Paulus. Really appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm happy that you're hanging out here. We'll take back Anjou, but also make the Brodorf a duck, yes. Maybe we could do something like that. We'll have to see. And I saw there's already Sunset Invasion mod in Steam Workshop. There's like over 100 mods already on the Steam Workshop. Now, part of that shows you the enthusiasm of the fandom for Crusader Kings, but also part of it, this is their most moddable game. Imperator, for all of its maybe weak points at launch, I'm still hoping that it turns into a masterpiece. One of the things, and I knew this, and I talked about this before with Imperator, is Imperator was Paradox's most moddable game. They went and put tons of effort into adding a bunch more stuff to improve modability for Imperator, including a bunch of the ability to modify the UI on the fly and all kinds of things like that. And I think those changes, because it's part of the same engine, are carried over and were included as part of CK3, and we're all part of the same package. And I think the CK3 modding is going to be insane. What I love, there's already a Vampire the Masquerade mod for Crusader Kings 3 here, which, definitely going to have to take a look at that. I'm assuming it's not, very extensive right now, but still very excited about it. Hey, Danny! Planning to get CK3 before finding out it was on Game Pass already. Yes! Here's a whiskey celebration. Thank you very much. Yeah, the Microsoft Game Pass, which is available, I guess there's supposed to be a PC version and Xbox version, or is it one and the same? Or is there a way to get the same? I don't know. It's like Netflix for video games through the Microsoft Store. I think it's $1 for the first month, and then after that, it's still not very expensive, especially with the PC version. And it includes Crusader Kings. It includes Microsoft Flight Simulator. Got a bunch of other stuff in there as well. All right, Count Hugo. 2 things we got to deal with him. First of all, he's a powerful vassal that doesn't have a seat on the council, so that would be nice to do. And he's got 18 freaking stewardship. So I'm going to suggest, we've got Adrian Despang over here, who's, I believe he was the adamatist, the nudist that we found when we went on Crusade. He is pretty good at 16 stewardship, but he's not an 18. And he's also not landed. He's not a powerful vassal. So I suggest we replace Adrian here with Count Hugo. It's Mr. Brightside! I'm going to have a new song in my head. Little thanks for teaching me all the games like U4 Civ and CK3. Thank you very much, Mr. Brightside. I'm still hoping to do some proper actual tutorials for CK3 at some point, too. One of the things I was sort of delaying for it because I kind of wanted to get more, like, actual release day live streaming in before I started on the tutorial stuff, because I kind of want to become more aware of the questions people might have, especially once they get the game and then they start asking me questions like, hey, how do you do blah? I'm like, this is a good one for a tutorial. Anyway, we're going to put Count Hugo, who is my nephew as well. We're going to put him as my steward, which I think is going to be a great thing. Adrian's going to be a little pissy, but it's not really going to be a big deal. So we've improved that a lot. It would be really nice to get a better spy master, but unfortunately we don't have anyone in the realm who is... Well, that's not true! I forgot about our daughter, Zeleth. Is Zeleth in the chat today? Hell, Gilbert would be great, but he's our chancellor. That's going to be okay. Zeleth has got an 18 intrigue, which is better than our 12. Our current spy master does like us a lot, but he doesn't actually have a... Oh, cool, man! It's your birthday on Friday? Nice. Also, for CK3, wine is the only drink worth drinking this stream. I feel like we should have mead. Wouldn't that be the perfect sort of, like... the mead that comes in, like, a big, giant stein kind of thing. That would be the perfect drink. Anyway, our spy master is not the most tremendously good. Now, he is 3 months away from completing a fine secrets job, but I suggest we swap him out for our daughter, who likes us a lot. I mean, he likes us a lot too, but we're going to be at 100 with her if we put her on the council. Family relationships and everything like that. I think that's going to be a good idea. It's okay, I missed it too because CK3. Oh, the start of the stream, probably. I think we're going to do that. Now, is it going to... Oh, it does not reset. That's awesome! Because I was wondering, should I wait 3 months for the Fine Secrets job to complete and then swap it? Oh, but then I'll never remember to do it. But this is fantastic. It keeps the progress, and in fact, it's going to speed up because she's better. The Yarn Ball! Oh, that's going to be great for a pet cat. Here is, the 380 GPU upgrade. I want it. I want it so bad. I mean, let's be honest. For virtually every game I play, a better graphic card makes no difference whatsoever. It does help with rendering video a lot, because when I render video, it gets encoded through my video card. So it actually does make a difference there, but I don't need it. Except for Flight Simulator. For Flight Simulator? All right, we've done the swap, which is great. But now we still have to talk about the murder. Murder time, fun time. Oh, also, unlike on Monday I was still on the press preview version of the game. I am now on the release version of the game, which is slightly different. There is a version bump and a checksum difference, but I don't know what has changed between those two, because there's no patch notes for that. So some things may be slightly different or not. I have no idea. All right, in Leon over here, which is currently run by Count Hugo, my nephew, the guy I just made into my steward. Great guy. Hey, Danny. Hillman is right. Wine or mead are more appropriate. I shall pay penance to Pope Quill the 18th for my mistake. And yeah, they said the 370 is... Even the 370, which is cheaper, is 20% faster than the 2080 Super. And I'm on a 1080, not a 1080 Ti, 1080. Good video card. But at this point, a couple of generations behind. So this guy is swell. The problem is, currently, if he were to die, this title, the County of Leon, would go to Count Hugo. A different Count Hugo, not to be confused, of Auxerre. The problem with him is that he already is a count. He's already got land, and he doesn't bend to need to me. He's got some other duke. So we will lose Anjou from our dukedom. We will lose Leon from our dukedom if, when Hugo dies currently. Now, first of all, we can get him married up and try to make some babies. That would be pretty useful, I think. The other thing that might be nice is if we murdered this guy. Because if we take a look at... No, not that button. But if we take a look over here, if Count Hugo is removed, the next in line to inherit is Count Pan of Nevers, who is... Actually, I guess it'd be a similar problem. I mean, he's part of the family, which is nice. He's my nephew, but I think it would still slip from my realm. So I think the best thing to do, actually, rather than get all stabby, let's just get this guy married. I think that's going to be the big move here. Let me open up the Streamlabs page so I can see that last whiskey and chocolate. Also, as a reminder, it is September! September, which means all subscriptions are 30% off. As far as I know, I get just as much. It comes out of Twitch's side, which is kind of awesome. So if you've been hesitating about subscribing or gift subbing or anything like that, no better time. Who's that? Oh, that was Dream of 66. Says, enjoying your videos in quarantine after a positive test in the family. Thanks for all the hours of fun. I hope everything works out fine. I hope everything works out fine for you and your whole family. Everyone tested positive. Of course, a lot of people who test positive don't develop symptoms, but fingers crossed for you. Fingers crossed for you, Dream. All right, let's get this fella married. Arrange marriage, sweet marriage. So, he's my nephew, although he's not of my dynasty. Oh, because it's my half-brother. Yeah, okay. Now, I'm assuming he's not going to be willing to go matrilineal because of inheritance and things like that. So... Oh, I want to arrange marriage with you. I guess I could just click the button over there. Kind of interesting that it didn't auto-fill it in, but it makes sense. Because what I'm doing right now, I'm having a conversation with him about marrying someone from his court to someone with my court. But what I want to do, I guess, is over here... How do I choose to marry him? Because these are the people in my court currently. I mean, presumably I would click on one of them and choose someone to marry over there, but that's not how... Yeah, choose a person from her court too. Is it possible I just don't have a girl in my court? That can't possibly be the case. Because these are all dudes, right? I want to pick a girl from my court, and I want to pick him from his court. Okay, so she's not married. Good shit, man. What's going on? So, I mean, again, I can look at, you know, anyone in my court. I mean, maybe it's because... Is it because she's a guest? My daughter married? Yeah. Judith is married. Mike the girl is betrothed. Unless I want to cancel this. Oh, right. I'm marrying her to the son of Gilbert over here. Could that be the problem? Is it just because I don't have any female courtiers? I only have... The only non-married female in my court is a guest and not an actual courtier. I mean, I suppose I could invite her to join my court. It'll cost me $10. Okay, let's try if I do it this way. She's now a member of my court. We go skin chocolate. Hold on one sec. And then I'll also try to catch up in chat, because maybe people have figured it out. No, see, even now, so she's part of my court. It's still a little annoying to me that... Because, okay, in CK2, if I were to right-click on him and choose arranged marriage, it would put him in as the recipient by default. Like, the recipient here. Let a day tick by? Maybe. I mean, it says she's a member of my court, but yeah, let's let a little time kick by. Okay, it's even a new month now. I mean, she's 50, but still. Arranged marriage. Maybe that's it. Maybe I can't... Maybe I could only do it if she was a family member or something? Can I sort by name? Is there really not an option to sort by name? Filter fertility. Oh. Right. Okay, so that's the problem. She wasn't showing in the list because she's not fertile. And I don't want to marry him to someone infertile anyway, because the whole idea is to have babies. Hopefully he can find a spouse on his own. Or if we can get some younger female courtiers in our realm, we might be able to do something with that. Okay. So, alright. We just have a dearth of, like, possible female options. It'd be nice if we could just play matchmaker. Like, because we can't. We can only play matchmaker with people within our realm. Like, we can have one person within our court marry someone outside of our court, but we can't just be like, listen, Hugo, I know this great gal from East Francia that I'm gonna hook you up with. But I mean, that's never been an option. So fair enough. Basically one half of the marriage equation has to be someone from our court. And that's always been the case, and that's fine. I just didn't realize we had no one. We found out a secret about Emerson. That's interesting. Now, she is young enough to be marriageable. She's not married right now. She's a fornicator, and we know a secret about her, which theoretically means we could maybe have a hook. For example, she's not willing to join our court right now. But if we had a hook on her, which maybe could happen if, say, I don't know, we had a secret. So we know she's the illegitimate child of a couple of people. I'm going to blackmail her for a hook. She will accept. So I now have a hook on her. So now, she's considering the proposal. She's going to accept, though. 100%. Because it said so. Alright, there we go. So now, if I go invite to court, she won't accept, but if I use a hook, she will. Okay, so now she's in our court. Now I would like to... let me start from this side over here. Again, if I arrange marriage with you, my courtier, and yourself... We did it! We got him married! Yeah, so we actually stole Gilbert's spymaster. You know what? Like, she might be a little dangerous, but at this point, I just want to make babies with this guy. Send proposal. Done. All right. Finished. I kind of want to keep her. Am I quieter than usual? Is just my mic not in the right place? From the visual display of the sound levels, it seems okay. I didn't want matrilineal. That wasn't the interest. In fact, I explicitly don't want matrilineal. Did you steal her? Did you let her be stolen? Well, we did blackmail her. Like, we're gonna let everyone know that you're the bastard offspring of these people, unless you come to my court and marry some rando and go make baby. Don't worry, he seems like a really nice guy. Compassionate lackey. He's gregarious, temperate, generous. He's gonna be a great husband. He's good with money. I mean, what else are you gonna want, right? He's got a great personality. He's gonna be good with money. He's actually not bad looking. Go make beautiful babies together. Keep Leon within Anjou. Thank you very much. Okay. We've got low county control in Vendôme. Let's go and get our marshal to work on that. Lamb. And before she sets up your coup. I mean, it could be. It could be. She got some land too? She likes you more from that. I mean, she didn't get land, although she's got a good position. Yeah, she doesn't actually like me all that much. I did blackmail her. That's part of it. And I'm shy. Which is, man, being shy is really... It's a nasty trait in this game. Because there's so many decisions that generate so much more stress if you're shy. She'll probably like me at some point. Make Neil French again? Okay, well, he's French. What's the culture of the people? Oh, they're Breton. Now, this should shift on its own, depending on the ruler. We might be able to... Oh, more secrets. Payen. Oh, who's a bishop? Seems to be a... Payen's a really common name, it looks like, in here. And I don't know... Is there a more modern spelling of Payen? That, like, oh, that's just the modern French name of...
It's whiskey and
Paul.
chocolate.
I know it's not Paul. Ooh, got more whiskey and chocolate. But, like, I'm not familiar with this name. It seems to be all over the place right now. But in modern times, I'm not familiar with this name. So I'm curious as to what might have happened there. So, yeah, right. 7 minutes ago, there was Baron von Snackington, who always makes me hungry. I'm, like, looking. Do I have anything around? I don't have any chips? Damn. Who says, happy day 2 of CK2 stream. Quill, for some reason, Twitch isn't letting me subscribe. Ugh. So here's another round for the Whiskey and Chocolate Fun until I can get that figured out. Deus Volt, well, thank you very much, Baron von Stackington. And just now, Rhino76 has come in to say, hey, Quill, been following you on YouTube for a while and figured it was about time to pay you for the awesome entertainment and for helping me through some rough times with your videos. Keep being awesome. Well, Rhino, I hope things are awesome with you, too. Thank you very much for, I mean, just supporting the channel through watching it is awesome. And then, I don't mind whiskey and or chocolate. Patent just means peasant? I've never heard of this name, and I'm from this place. Oh, Puck! Puck, are you from here? Oh, that's cool. So, our king is in a war, which I don't really care about, unless it causes us to shift some things around here. We're feeling pretty stable. We'd love to grab this territory. The problem is, this is all, like, Viking Hill territory, and they've got a lot of dudes kicking around. That being said, we are, our troops are coming back up to strength, which is nice. We do have the ability to declare, like, 15 different wars are available to us. Now, that is interesting. This Count Hugo I was talking about, like, I would like to kill, we could war on him. On behalf of my sister, or... this other count. Payen is pagan in English? I guess so. That's interesting, because he already bends the knee to me, which means that this province would then also bend the knee to me. I wouldn't control it directly, but they would be one of my vassals. 2 Count Hugos, there can only be 1. I mean, you've got that. The Count Hugo versus Count Hugo war. You know what? Just because it's hilarious, yeah, we're going to go for it. We are going to pick a lifestyle trait now. Sort subjects. Sort them. Gold, different cost. It's probably boost tyranny and things like that. Let's take War Profiteer. And yeah, let's count Duke on Duke action. I love it. Let's do it. Which Hugo will be Victor? That is a miserable joke right there. Oh, man. It's making me cringe so much I'm developing a hunchback. Raise all armies! Let's go. Oh, the music is so dramatic. Boo, says one. I actually ran a pub quiz for my family and friends last night, and one of the questions actually was about Les Mis and Victor Hugo. Gift of generosity. My son and heir, Last Revenant in the chat, has been impressed with one of our household Kniggets for a very long time.